Hi, hello, welcome back. My name's Devaraj. If there's one area of motivational psychology which is severely misunderstood, it is the area surrounding the value of competitiveness. We are biological beings. We're a product of evolution. We didn't just rock up here. It took 1 billion years, literally, for us to get to being who we are now. And for the vast majority of that time, we were subject to a lot of scarcity. There was a scarcity of resources, there was a scarcity of food, there was often a scarcity of sexual partners. So the selective evolutionary pressure that we were subjected to for the vast majority of our evolutionary development strongly favoured competitive instincts. Being the fastest, being the strongest, being the one who can get the girl, get the guy, one who can get the food. It's coded in our DNA. This instinct to compete is very, very strong. But the reality is, unless you're in a sporting field where, of course, you need to be competitive, because that's the whole concept from the vast majority of sport, competitive sports that is, competitiveness is actually a major drag on your psyche. It sucks a lot of energy. When you look at powerful, motivated speakers, when you look at people who are business leaders, when you look at people who are leaders in general, they are not so competitive. They are not so competitive because competition, that competitive instinct, it drains your energy, and it means that your mind is mostly focused on the other guy. It's busy with the other guy and how can you beat the other guy. It does not support you to really innovate. It does not support you to really create. It does not support you to really achieve something. It does not support you to dominate, to create and dominate a field. Dominators are usually non-competitive. Sure, you might want to know what other people in your field are up to. Sure, maybe you see someone, who's doing really great and it motivates you to, hey, I want to step up and compete. But you don't give it excessive energy if you want to be successful. You don't give it excessive energy. A lot of men, a lot of young men in particular, squander their energy, which could be spent really achieving, is squandered on competitive instincts. And it's not to say you can't ever be down the pub and have a laugh about each other and take the piss out of each other and that kind of thing. But if you give it too much energy, you will never achieve. This is a really valuable thing to understand. And when you see yourself getting locked into a competitive struggle with someone, start to move your energy elsewhere. Hey, what field can you move into? Because the reality is, we are not living in a scarcity on a business level. We are not living on a scarcity. The advent of computers, the advent of the internet has meant there's a whole host of potential avenues and ventures out there that you could move into and dominate. And yet the vast majority of people who want to be entrepreneurs spend their time trying to compete with phantoms in their own fucking brain. It's totally pointless. It's totally pointless. Look at the world. Get your cues from your environment. What can you pick up and do? About 3 years ago, I started this channel on bioenergetics because I knew about bioenergetics and also because no one else was doing it. No one was simply giving exercises out. And now about 3 years down the line, I'm writing a book on the subject. I'll be developing an online academy next year. There's a whole, it's like there is so much potential in that area. And that is just one thing. There is so much that you could do if you look around for cues. If you make your day, spend your time looking for the gaps. Train yourself to look for the gaps where you can come in, take a position and occupy the space and begin to dominate it. You won't do that by trying to compete. You won't do it by trying to compete. You're going back into an old program that served our ancestors as apes and God knows what other creatures, bears and fish and crustaceans, millennia ago, but you're just going back into that program. There's no point in doing that. Give up the competition, particularly for men. Learn how to create useful connections with other guys. Learn how to share what's going on with other men. Learn how to come out of the mindless competitive instinct. Being able to create healthy, meaningful connections with other guys supports you not to be over competitive, and it supports you to keep moving forward and really develop yourself. With this in mind, check out my workshop, Project Man. You'll learn how to actually share what's going on inside with men, something a lot of guys are terrified of. But when you can do that, your competitiveness drops down and your innovative and dominant ability comes up, basically. Next Project Man is coming up in about a week's time October 5th and 6th in Brighton in the UK. Check out if you can get down here. You'll learn a ton of bioenergetics for a start, and you'll also clear out a lot of old gunk you've got around competing with other men. You'll learn how to step up and drop any nice guy acts you've got. We really work on a deep psychological bodily level. I've still got places on the workshop if you want to come. So jump up and do it. Do something to move yourself beyond mindless competition. If you're spending your time on the internet bitching with other men, do you really want to do that? Is that how you want to spend your life? Do something constructive. Get up, stand up, make a difference, create your life. It's your responsibility. And check out Project Man. Okay, guys, you can do it. You can do it. Speak to you later.